You know that feeling. Lying in bed, scrolling, and you see someone living the life you want, showing up to the gym like it's nothing, running the business you keep saying you'll start someday, actually reading the book that's been sitting on your nightstand for 3 months, and something clicks. Tomorrow's day 1, new you. You set the 5 a.m. alarm, download the meditation app, maybe even buy the workout clothes. Day 1, amazing, unstoppable. Day 2, still going. Day 3, that's where it always falls apart. The alarm becomes the enemy. The meditation app disappears under a stack of notifications. The workout clothes become pajamas. If you're nodding, you've probably already told yourself why. No discipline, no willpower. Something's wrong with you that other people just don't deal with. I want to stop you right there, because that story, the one where you're the problem, is the thing actually keeping you stuck, not the failed streak. The story you tell yourself about the failed streak. Here's the part that sounds crazy. It's not your fault. Not in a everyone gets a trophy way. In a literal, this is how your brain is built way. Give me 10 minutes. If what you're about to hear doesn't change how you think about this, close the tab. I mean that. This isn't the video for you. But if you stay, I'll show you how to point the exact mechanics that make your phone addictive at your own goals instead. So growth stops needing willpower and starts running the same way scrolling does, automatically. No motivation required, no 5 a.m. club, just how your brain actually operates, used on purpose instead of against you. I went from someone who couldn't hold focus for 5 minutes to running a business, training 5 days a week, and finishing 30 books a year. I'm not built different. I just stopped fighting my own wiring and started using it. So let's open the hood. 2 tools first, the ones that get you moving. Then the one thing that actually makes it stick, because tools alone won't save you. Stay with me on that. It matters more than either tool. Tool 1, the dopamine hack. Start with the thing you do before you're even fully awake. Check the phone. That's not just a habit. It's a chemical reset happening in the wrong order. Neuroscientist Andrew Huberman has talked at length about how the first hour after waking sets your dopamine baseline for the whole day. And social media, first thing, front loads a spike your brain wasn't ready to handle. You spend hours after that chasing the same hit, which is a big part of why nothing else feels as interesting as the app. So, first hour, phone stays down. If you genuinely need to check something for work, fine. Email, essential messages. Everything else waits. Then you train the system the other way. Call it progressive reward stacking. 10 minutes of something that raises dopamine gently. Light movement, a short meditation, whatever gets you upright and present. 1 deep work block, 50 minutes. 1 task, phone in another room. Every other tab closed. A real 10-minute break. Outside if you can. Water, a stretch. Not social media, because that undoes the exact thing you just built. Same loop that hooks you on the feed. Cue, action, reward. Just point it at something that's building your life instead of numbing it. That's the addiction part of this. Not more grit, just a better target for wiring you already have. Why 50 minutes instead of the usual 25 and 5? Researcher Gloria Mark at UC Irvine has spent 2 decades tracking how people actually work, and one of her most cited findings is that it can take over 20 minutes to fully re-enter focus after a single interruption. A 25-minute block ends right as you're arriving. 50 gives you room to actually get somewhere before you stop. If you only take this one thing from the video, you'll feel a difference by Wednesday. But I need to be honest with you about something most videos like this won't tell you. It's coming in a minute. First, Tool 2. Tool 2, redesign the environment. Psychologist Wendy Wood at Duke spent decades studying this and landed on a number that should be bigger news than it is. Something like 40 to 45% of what you do in a day isn't really a decision. It's a reaction to your surroundings. You are literally running on autopilot, which means the snack you chose was mostly because it was sitting on the counter. The workout you skipped was mostly because your gym bag was buried in the laundry. The book gathering dust was mostly because it was losing a location battle with your phone. And your phone was winning by default, because it was closer. Willpower on its own is trying to outmuscle your environment every single time you're standing in it. That's a fight you lose eventually. Not because you're weak, because it's the wrong fight. So flip it instead. Phone charges in another room overnight, not beside you. In its place, the book, a journal, water. Tomorrow's workout clothes laid out and ready. Desk cleared before bed, with only tomorrow's one priority task left visible. Everything else goes in a drawer, out of sight. You're not disciplining yourself into a different life. You're making the version of you that you want easier to bump into than the version you're trying to leave behind. Here's the part I told you was coming. You can nail your mornings. You can redesign your entire apartment around your goals. And you can still be back on the couch by next Thursday, wondering what happened. I've watched it happen to other people, and it happened to me more than once. Here's why. Tactics change what you do for a day. They don't touch who you think you are. And if the identity underneath hasn't moved, your brain will quietly find its way back to whatever's normal for the person it thinks you are. No matter how good the morning routine looks on paper, that's the actual reason most self-improvement content doesn't work. Not because the tips are bad, because nobody deals with this part. James Clear, who wrote Atomic Habits, frames it in a way I think about constantly. Every action you take is basically a vote for the type of person you believe you are. Most people wait for enough votes to pile up before they'll believe it. It has to run the other way. You decide who you are first, and the actions follow, because now they're just you being consistent with yourself. Compare, I need to go to the gym, with I'm someone who trains. The first is a negotiation, and you can always talk yourself out of a negotiation. The second isn't a decision anymore. Athletes don't debate whether to train today, not because they have superhuman discipline, but because skipping it would contradict who they already believe they are, and your brain resists that kind of contradiction more than almost anything else. That pull toward keeping your actions lined up with your self-image is well documented. It's not a personality quirk, it's just how identity works. That's the piece the two tools were missing. The morning routine and the redesigned apartment were never the goal. They're evidence. Small, daily proof, showing you who you already decided to become. Here's how you actually run it. Starting tomorrow, write the identity, one line, before anything else. I'm someone who shows up. It doesn't have to feel true yet. Through the day, look for one small moment to prove it. At night, 30 seconds. Where did you live up to it? Where didn't you? Each little proof moment hits the same way a notification does. Small win. Except now you're the one it's benefiting, not an app. That's it. You're not managing a list of habits anymore. You're staying consistent with someone you've already decided to be. And here's what makes it compound. You don't need a dramatic overnight grind. Just 1% better daily works out to roughly 37 times better over a year. Most people quit that path because 1% feels like nothing on any single day. It only ever looks like something a year in. That's the version of you this whole system points at. Not someone white-knuckling a 5 a.m. routine for 2 weeks before burning out. Someone who just keeps casting the same small vote every day until it's not effort anymore. It's just who you are now. So next time you're lying in bed at 11 p.m., scrolling past someone else's highlight reel, remember, you don't need tomorrow to be some dramatic day one. You need one identity line, one deep work block, one drawer cleaned out before you sleep. That's the whole start. That's the actual trick, by the way. Not more willpower, just wiring the good stuff into the same loop you already can't resist. Pick one piece from this video, not all four, one, and run it tomorrow.